Good morning. Welcome to another Fiberific live chat. I've got prizes to give away over here. I've been mucking with stuff, so I'm sorry if the colour's not quite right. It's probably not as blue as that is, and this is probably just a smidge paler. See, it's pale. But anyway, I would like to know if you guys can hear me. That would be a good place to start. So I have been busily bustling around trying to do lots of things, and so this week I got that dyeing done. So if you haven't seen already, sorry, I've got a burr just in my pocket. It's one of those ones, the spiky ones that, you know, hurt. So yeah, so it's been one of those crazy weeks, and I got 1.5 kilos of grey bits and bobs ready for what do you call it, the rainbow sock kit. So I've got some of the fog, some overcast, and some storm. Sorry, my brain's not quite. There's a big truck like next door, they're moving out, and it's, I hope you guys can't hear it, but it keeps throwing me off. Good morning everybody. Oh, Nerdy Stitcher, you're more than welcome for your parcel. I hope you enjoy it. Did you get 500 of each done? Yes, I did. 500 grams of each done, so that's enough for 10 kits of each colour. So I just don't have enough colours to do 10 kits of each colour. So I've been getting some lovely pre-orders through. No pressure. That's kind of why I didn't put the pre-orders up until I was nearly ready, because I've got this thing in my brain about like having people's money and not sending them the stuff, even though they fully well know it when they order it that it's not coming out. It just feels wrong. But anyway, it's it's not the fallen down fence neighbours. It's the other way. So yeah, you love the bamboo handled hook. You're crocheting a dishcloth with it. Yeah, like you think, oh, how is it going to feel any different? But I don't know. There's something about the ergonomics of the Chiaogu bamboo hooks that is just, I like it. I like how it feels, how it's nice and flat in your hand, and yeah, I don't know what it is. I do like it. Good morning, Allegra. I didn't think you could make it to Thursdays anymore. I don't know. Anyway, for some reason the chat is showing up really slow on the screen. There's probably something I could do to tweak that, but I don't think I should really do that. So today's prizes are going to be a pinwheel merino silk. Guys, these webcams are not good at showing the colour. I'm so sorry. This is a really soft sort of minty green. There's an ant on it. I'll get the ant off. So it's a really soft sort of, I don't know which one's better. Oh, not that one. Hang on a second. Try that. No. Sorry, I've got an extra light. I'm just moving it around to see if it makes any difference. But anyway, and then this purpley one, it's definitely purple. It's the original Barton colorway, so not quite as bright as the new Barton that I've got out. It's the last one of those. So I thought I would give it to one of you guys. Rather than take a photo of it and put it off as a whole separate thing, because I'm lazy. You guys know I'm lazy, right? Let me, oh, you can today? Oh, that's good. Excellent, Allegra. Nerdy Stitcher says, I'm surprised that flat handles are comfortable since you, yeah, I don't know what it is. They just taper it just in the right place, at least for me, not for everybody. They won't be for everybody, but, you know, they do it for me. So I've got my yarns to give away. I've got the coffee ready. The Purposefully Blue is amazing. I don't know what's the purposely blue. Not sure. Anyway, those of you that follow me on Instagram have seen the tragic nightmare that is my crafting life at the moment. Look, I'm on a lot of pain relief, and and that's why I'm not doing anything tricky or anything super important when it comes to my craft work at the moment while I'm doing my scrappy blanket, is because by the time I get to sit down and do it, I'm pretty stuffed. Yeah, it's Michelle, it really is more purple than blue. This little camera is not coping. No, that doesn't do it either. It's definitely like as blue as that looks on the screen, it's purple. Like, honestly, it's truly purple, with like little hints of blue. But yeah, it is Barton. Kim, you do, but I think you've got the new version. But anyway, so I had this nightmare with my crochet, which made me so sad. I was around to the next step, which is putting all these little squares on the corners, where it's how you make the shape change for this firework blanket. And I was up to this step, and so I'd made all these little corners, and I'm putting them on, and then I've got to put some in these other places. And I've gone to place one, and I'm like, this is just crazy. It's just, it's totally crazy, and I can't make it sit how it's supposed to sit. I can't put them where they're supposed to be. It's like the stitch counts are off. And I was like, I could have sworn I checked that. And so I went through and I had a good look, and I laid it all out, and I'm sort of following it around, counting all the edges, like all this section, just recounting every single repeat of it. And I get to this one, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you're off. There's something wrong with you. And what it was in like, so it goes around and then up and then down. And so where in this little corner, I've been doing like these decreases, except I forgot to do a decrease on the last row of the yellow, which was probably when I was on camera with you guys. And it curved, and I didn't notice it in the next round or the next 4 rounds of a blanket. And it just curved and curved and curved, and anyway, it was all wrong, and I had to pull it all out. So last night, me and my trusty Nosty Penny, I decided I didn't want to... You don't want to know what that was. I got out my trusty Nosty Penny. I didn't want to get... Like, my ball winder, I love it. I love it to pieces. But at the moment, it's hard to get to because I'm doing some stock stuff and it's behind things. So I was like, I do not want like 70 grams of yarn in spaghetti. And so I made my Nosty Penny ball. There's a YouTube video. I've made a video for how to use a Nosty Penny. I'll link it in to the description at some stage, but just not right now because I don't want to. So on Nerdy Stitcher, I will totally talk to you about the crochet hooks if you like. I'll send you some messages and what have you, and we'll sort something out, because there's heaps and heaps of sizes. They go right down to 0.6 mil. I don't know what they are in US numbers. No idea. 0.6 mil all the way, and I think that's like the 4 zeros maybe, all the way up to about I think they go up to a 6 or a 6.5 mil. That's why you don't talk and craft at the same. Look, I put it down to the fact that I was talking, crafting, and on pain relief and ice packing all at the same time. Hey Brian, how are you going? Just posted a photo on Facebook of my winning yarn. It's a simple section of my scarf. It's a sample section. Oh, I'll have to go and have a look at that. Nerdy Stitcher says, I love using a Nosty Penny. Me too. I find it really... I just laid in bed, just sort of ripping it out as I watched some Doctor Who. And that's the thing, like, my brain is on complete holiday. And so I haven't even been able to watch sort of much in the way of new shows. Although, in saying that, I did fall down. My phone's flashing. And I'm expecting a call, which, you know, is great, because I love expecting calls on Thursdays. I'm not going to take it. I'll just keep an eye on it. But yeah, so I will... I started watching Defenders, the Marvel Defenders on Netflix, and I was very disappointed with Iron Fist. I thought Iron Fist was just a bit meh. I wasn't a huge fan. Like, considering it had the same budget as Daredevil and Jessica Jones, I expected more from it, but I don't know, Danny Rand, I just kind of want to headbutt him. He just annoys me. Mind you, he probably would get his chi together and punch me in the face, so, you know. But, yeah, he grates on my nerves. And so I was a bit hesitant going into Defenders, and sort of, like, it came out months ago, and I haven't watched it. And then sort of, what night was it? It wasn't... I don't know, maybe Monday night. I just thought I'll put an episode on while I'm doing so, and I got sucked in. Like the first half of the first episode, I was a bit like, ugh. But by the fourth episode, I'm like, oh my God, I have to turn this off. I have to go to sleep. Danny Rand is very annoying and wishy-washy. Yes, he is, but thank goodness it's fairly quick. And when they bring in Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Daredevil, and when they're all together, he fits into that story. So yeah, it's just a bit annoying. Nerdy Stitches over NCIS. I find it so boring. Which I haven't watched NCIS in a while, just because I don't watch a lot of network television. I live my real life how you guys kind of see it in a way, which is online. So if it's not on Netflix, if it's not on YouTube, it's very unusual that I'll watch it, because I don't like ads. I hate ads so much. I'd rather pay for a service and not get ads. Kim says, I've watched Jessica Jones, Daredevil and Iron Fist and currently watching Luke Cage. Figured I would do that before I do the Defenders. Yeah, I was going to do that, and then I don't know why, I just decided, brain's not functioning. But I don't think I'm really missing too much. Like, there was some stuff that I'm like, what's happened here? So that would definitely be in the Luke Cage series. But yeah, it's a bit full on. Lucifer, I started watching Lucifer about 3 weeks ago. That was another thing. It was another one that's on my list, and I've been meaning, because when I'm working and watching TV, I tend to watch the same shows over again so that I'm not missing stuff. Also that, sorry, Snowy's just losing her mind at the truck that's just pulled away. Yeah, I tend to watch shows I've seen before, because then if I'm looking down at my hands or if I have to get up and do something, I don't find that I'm missing anything. So I watch a lot of like Doctor Who and Star Trek and Midsummer Murders. I love Midsummer Murders. I'm a tragic. And things like that, where I've seen them heaps of times, where I can listen to it and know exactly where I'm up to. And that's like audiobooks. I'm just checking here. Someone is getting out of a truck at the front of my house. Let's see what they're doing. They're upsetting Snowy, that's for certain. She's like, what are you doing? It's all right. It's just we've got this guy who delivers the local newspapers, and I kid you not, he is terrifying looking. Like, I would not want to be out there. And what he does is we're an open-ended street, but where our house is looks like they may have at one stage thought it might be a cul-de-sac, but it's sort of comes in around the cul-de-sac and then out the other end of the street. And so what he does is he pulls into like the little cul-de-sac-y bit, which is just right in front of our house, gets out of his truck and just stands in the middle of this and just pegs the newspapers at people's houses. And it must be so therapeutic for him, because he looks like he's enjoying it. So, yeah. So, guys, make sure you've hit the like button. And I can't tell if you have or you haven't. So someone can let me know if you have. Now, just so that you know, we might be missing some of our regulars. Sorry about the barking, guys. I really can't do a lot about it till he goes away. A lot of the regulars are going to be confused, because I run this live stream on Brisbane time, local time for me. Oh, he's gotten back out of his truck again. Okay, not at all terrifying. And so with with a lot of the Eastern Seaboard having had to change over the to daylight savings, they might be thinking it's starting in an hour, so they are only going to catch half an hour. Ha ha ha. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all the likes. For me, you guys being in the chat is way more important than you clicking the like button and you commenting in the chat and keeping the conversation going and talking to each other and talking to me. That, to me, is way more important. But YouTube really likes it when people click that like button or share and send it out to say, hey, you know, like say Kim was like shared it out to one of her mates and said, hey, Chantel's live or something on Facebook. YouTube places so much emphasis on that kind of interaction that I don't know, I feel like a I feel a bit mercenary talking about it. But at the end of the day, YouTube is what's paying for all our prizes. So I kind of have to, you know, I need YouTube, I need the YouTube platform to work for me so that I can afford to keep giving away all these really, because I probably give away about $50 or $60 worth of stuff plus postage every week. And so to be able to keep affording to do that, you know, I've got to do that stuff. So, and I hate it. I hate it so much. It's like my stuff. Go and press like. Yeah. So, you know, I'm sorry. Yes, Facebook and YouTube are no longer friends. About 7 years ago, if you popped a link onto Facebook and said, hey, go to YouTube, Facebook were like, hey, everybody, check out this. Whereas now it's totally the opposite. YouTube and Facebook, totally not friends, because Facebook is trying to bring in its own video platform, which I think is good, and I think there is definitely a place for it. But Facebook doesn't pay its, like YouTube pays you to a degree. It's not very much, but at least you get something. Facebook only pays like the enormous people. So say I went and popped in little videos on Facebook, I get zilch, but they still run an ad on it and they get the money, which bothers me, and I don't think that's fair. So it's like, cause that's the thing, like someone wrote gasp $60. Look, I'm happy to do it because I love chatting with you guys every week, and I love being able to just send stuff out. My issue's not the cost of the yarn, my issue's the cost of the postage. I sort of get to the post office sometimes and I'm just like, oh my God, Australia Post, why are you charging so much for these things? But yeah, it makes, it's crazy. It's just really crazy. And but I love giving away prizes, and that's what, and I do try to keep it different. Like sometimes it's knitting needles and sometimes it's yarn. Good morning, Gamer Widows. And sometimes it's crochet hooks or stitch markers, and so I do try to keep everything sort of different, because, you know, I don't want it to be boring. Does that make sense? Yes, Australia Post prices just went back up again. So yay for Australia Post. Thanks so much for making small business harder. Good morning, Tammy. Allegra, it is definitely worth checking out some of the other carriers for some things, but not for everything. And some of the other carriers, like the thing with Australia Post is if you send a parcel, you can track that parcel. I was looking at Sendle, and at this stage, you still can't track a parcel to where it is, kind of thing, which bothers me. If people are paying that much for a parcel, they should be able to track it. But the other thing is, I do get frustrated with Australia Post. I'm sorry, this was not supposed to be an Australia Post rant. I do get frustrated with Australia Post because sometimes I'll take a parcel up to my Australia Post. Now I use what they call their click and send business, and so technically I pay for everything before it leaves the house, like online, because I do everything online. And so technically, I'm supposed to be able to put your parcel into a red post box and for it to go. Now, I had an issue where a customer did not receive their parcel, and when they rang and complained to Australia Post, and Australia Post came back and said I had never shipped it. I may have printed out the thing, but I had not shipped it. And I'm like, I know that I totally shipped it. And it drove me up the wall. So now I make the effort. I go up to the post office, I stand there and watch them scan them. So I know that at least they've been scanned once, and sometimes that's the only scan they get, which frustrates me. Sunshine West. Oh, yeah. Gamer Widows wrote Sunshine West. For those that don't know, Sunshine West is a mail sort centre down in Victoria, and it is the national joke. It's where parcels go to have holidays. You can have a parcel scanned through Sunshine West easily 5 times because it'll just keep going round and round and round and round, and it's so frustrating. Nerdy Stitcher, does ChowGoo make bamboo straight needles? Yes, they do, and they are beautiful. Hang on. I happen to have been sorting through them, so I've got some here. What have I just grabbed 4 mils. How's that? Straight off the top. I'm not a huge user of straights, like, to be truthful, But whenever I'm knitting dishcloths, I don't know what it is about knitting cotton, but I want a straight needle. They're so smooth. It's the same smoothness of the bamboo flat handles. And like they're a little bit pointy, and that I just love them. I just think they're beautiful. And again, they etch in, you've got the US sizes etched into the ends, and then you've got laser etched in. You're not going to be able to see that. There's no way that's going to pick that up. But just here, you can see that it writes Chow-gu in all the sizes. So I really... Andrea's mum is really enjoying this. Hi, Andrea's mum. But yeah, I love their straights. I don't so much use their finer ones. I've got a thing about the small... let's see if you can see it in here. Can you see? Hang on, I might do it that way. It's on the crafty cam. It's not focusing because it's too close to the table. But anyway, I've not used the Clover Takumi straight needles. I've used their hooks. That's the only thing in Clover I've used is their hooks. I'm going to be really honest. I'll pop those back in there. Where are we at for time? Waving at Andrea's mum. Coffee time. Who's got coffee today? Kimro, it's awesome how they put the price up and then introduce levels of service, and the new price gives you the lower level of service. Yes. Oh my gosh, that makes me crazy so much. Australia Post seriously makes me crazy. It really does. And I get these surveys like, how can Australia Post help your small business? And I just sit there thinking, you don't care. You totally don't care. I hate so much that if I want to track a parcel to somebody and all they've bought is this little 20-gram parcel of straight needles that I don't want to put into a envelope because there's a good chance they'll be snapped, because that's the other thing, they break stuff, because I want to bubble wrap it and get it all nice and safe. But that thing weighs like 20 grams and I have to pay the same amount to post that as I do to like 500 grams of yarn. It's like, I want the 250 gram trackable parcel back, but that's not going to happen. I'm going to move these yarns out of the way because I'm going to bring my crochet in. Boink. Wow, I really didn't check the color balance on this camera today, did I? Because that yellow is totally not that yellow. It's really, that's not good at all. I wonder if I can fix that, because that's a friend of mine works for AP's complaint calls, and oh my gosh, that would be the worst job in the world. I'm just seeing if I can fix this color balance up a bit, because that's horrible. That's horrible right there. Advanced settings. Let's see if we can fix this smelly thing up. Alright, what's wrong with it? Color intensity is too bright. There we go, fix that. There we go. We don't want any more exposure. Nerdy Stitcher has tea. Kim has coffee. Oh God, don't do that. That was horrible. Alright, I think that's as good as I'm going to be able to get it, like, quickly. So, sorry about that. Now, where am I up to? So today's hook, because I lost my Clover hook. It's around somewhere. I'm using one of my Edamo hooks from Tulip. So, and I'm still doing Bendigo woolen meals, cotton, and where is the end that I'm working on? Everything's a schmozzle mess. Da da da. And I've got my little ball, and because I, you know, when I do things for the camera, I'm very cautious. Seriously, Andrea, have you not got a cup of tea for you and your mum? Like, mum, sit here, watch this thing, but don't expect beverages. Oh, your Dachshund is being a pain. She's missing your Abby. My dogs have been missing my Abby so much that they've been sleeping on her bed while Abby's at school. And Abby comes home and gets annoyed because she goes to the effort to make her bed in the mornings and the dogs are trashing it because they want to sleep under the blankets. Alright, let me see if I can, because I want to crochet here because it's more comfy. Let's see if we can change this camera angle. Whip. Oh, no, gosh. We don't want the fat gut camera. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, bit of light. Can we drop that down a little? How's that, guys? Are you happy with that? Sorry about the fat gut angle. We had Zarafa's after school drop off. Oh, so you had coffee not that long ago, I suppose. My last coffee was before I took Abby to school, and then I've got this one. So, but yeah, it's one of those things. Now, I started crocheting, but didn't get everything how I like it, because that's what I do. So in about 5 minutes, we're going to give away the lace weight pinwheel yarn, this one right here. Let's see if it's a better color now. Ah, so that's a lot closer to reality right there. It's got silk in it. It's delicious. It's my go-to yarn for whenever I'm making my knitted lace shawls. And so I'll just see if I can swing that. I don't want my tummy in the shot. There we go. Nope, too low. Oh, this isn't fair. It's like, you either get my tummy or you don't get the yarn today. I don't know what the deal is. It's annoying is what it is. There we go. I already yarned over, Chantel. You don't need to yarn over again. Tonight is Caffeinated Crafters for those of you that want to come along. We are going to meet up at where do we meet again? Browns Plains Coffee Club at the oh, I nearly didn't do a decrease then. Woo, lucky I double checked. Yeah, so we're meeting up at the Browns Plains Coffee Club, not the one inside the shopping centre, the one near the one near JB, which is where I got those cool lights for Abby's bedroom. Did you guys see the photo of the colour changing lights I put into Abby's room? They were like $40 from JB Hi-Fi, fully with a little remote. So like they're the best. I love them a lot. I did, however, have to put them back up because the double-sided tape that comes on them is Dodge. So I had to peel all that off, and I just grabbed some stuff from the hardware store, and just put little bits of it. You told your hubby you're going tonight? Fantastic. We're going to have so much fun. I hope that I'm going to have to ring this afternoon and double check that we have a booking, because I can't remember if I've made extra bookings or not, because last time I was all out of whack because Tammy made me the most gorgeous birthday cake like me and Fiberific sherry cake, because it was my 40th birthday at the end of August, and then it was Fiberific's 6th birthday at the beginning of September. So, you know, all good things. I've got so much work coming up lately. Do you know what, right? I'm just going to put this down. I'm supposed to get really, really quiet after July. It's supposed to go stupid quiet, like stupid quiet. But you know what? It's not. I mean, that's great for a business perspective, not having such a long quiet period, which I think is fantastic. But I have all these things and I'm like, I'll do that after Bendigo. I'll do that after... Well, the list of things that I'm doing after Bendigo this year is just crazy. I thought you're in your 30s. No, I just turned 40. I certainly don't act like I'm 40. And that I get pulled up on that every now and again. Like, maybe you should act your age a little. I'm like, no, I don't want to. Yes, well, and, you know, take Grace, then come. The other kids can stay with your dad. There you go. That sounds like a plan. But yeah, it's one of those things that I just end up with such a huge to-do list that now I'm like, oh my God, I want to get all these things done before Christmas. How is that going to work, you know, with real life? And hang on, there we go. No, I don't know what's going on here. Hang on. I'm just going to lift this camera up a little and then tilt it back down. That might make a difference. Oh, there we go. We've got a much better shot now. It had everything to do with how I had set the camera up. And nothing to do with anything else. It was just that I'm but and hadn't done it properly. I'm just going to tilt that around so that I can bring this light in a bit more. Ah, the cake was good. The cake was totally gorgeous. And it was also tasted totally gorgeous. And the other advantage was there was no Tim and Abby home. I didn't even have to share the last couple of pieces. Kim says, I think my husband thinks he's 20. I'm sure that's the reason he hasn't been getting reading glasses yet. Would have to admit to getting old. Unusually awesome. I turned 40 3 days ago. Happy birthday for 3 days ago. Oh, unusually awesome. You can totally order all those things that you want now on the website. Everything is up there. So you can pop your order in and just do it all that way. Wendelin Young. Hi, Fiberific from Albuquerque. Hi, Wendelin. Enjoying this so much on my walk. Fun times. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad we can keep you entertained and moving. I can't move, so I will sit here. The 40s Club is the coolest. Yes, and Nerdy Stitch are 44 next May. I like it when the numbers are the same, like 44. I think those numbers, like, I don't know what it is, but I definitely liked 33 better than I liked 30, and things like that. So you guys are heading to like my favorite 40 birthday, and that's exciting for you guys, and it will be exciting for me when I'm there. So I don't need bifocals, although in saying that, I have one eye that does not work properly. And so I was born with a damaged eye, ocular nerve. What's it called? There's a nerve in the back of your eyeball. Anyway, it doesn't allow in enough light. But the funny thing about that is now as I'm beginning to lose pigment in my eyes, which means that I'm losing all the surfaces that diminish the light, so I have to actually wear glasses outside that stop the light from coming in, because otherwise it bounces around inside my eyeball like it's a mirror ball, and it like glare is horrible. Mum says you should try 72. Well, I think she should try 77 because it's the two numbers together, and I like the two numbers together. I wear glasses. Oh yeah, I have to wear glasses when I drive. There's like rules about it because I can't see distance properly because it doesn't even out without glasses. Oh, sorry. I'll put that back in there. My mum is 66. I'm not going to tell you guys how old my mum is. You'll all cry. Shirley can't be 72. She doesn't look a day over 60. Aw. Look, I truly believe that if you need glasses, get glasses. It's not an age thing. I had to wear a it's not a pirate patch. I had to wear a patch, like a big band-aid that made me look like a cyclops when I was in like grade 2. And, you know, primary school kids aren't the kindest of kids. So I would get called pirate a lot, or cyclops was the other one. So you just have to use, I just think it's a case of you've got to do it. My brother Daniel, he desperately needs glasses and he won't get them, and I don't know why. I think it's insane, personally. I think it's totally insane that if you need something, especially for your vision, to not do it because you're afraid it'll make you seem old. Not that any of us in this group currently in chat, I think all of us that need glasses wear glasses. And I think that I'm just talking about in general. I'm talking about Kim's husband is really what I'm talking about, and my brother. They're men. They're both men. Oh, maybe it's men. Although my husband had been wearing glasses since he was a kid. But yeah, it's one of those things. I had to wear glasses all the time since I said I had to start wearing glasses. I moved out of home and I was living in this, I would always caught trains everywhere, and I moved into this place where I had to start catching buses, and I realized I had to hail every bus till it got closest so I could read its number, and then like, no, I don't need you. I need that one. So yeah, and I think I would have been 17 or 18. And it was just like, you've probably needed glasses for a really long time and didn't realize it. I'm like, well, I did all this other stuff when I was younger. I'm surprised no one brought it up then. They're like, they're probably trying to figure out this other stuff first. Where do we go? If I didn't wear my glasses, I couldn't craft. I've got actually a pair of, what are they called? I think they're called multifocals. That I used to do a lot of piecework, like crochet piecework. And I'd have some really crazy deadlines every now and again. So I'd be crocheting for like 18 hours a day. And I was getting a little bit of eye strain from it. And so I got these multifocals just to help with that. And it was more to wear at night when I was continuing working when everyone knew I should have still been in bed, you know, or had gone to bed. So, you know, but it's like I don't wear them very often, and I don't need to wear them very often. I need them when I'm watching my kids on stage so I can tell which one is mine. They all look the same. Oh, okay. Moving on. Where are we? We're at 10:35. Okay, today's question. Now, for those of you that are new in the chat here, we've got some new faces. Those of you that are new need to just remember to go into the competition. You just need to be active in the chat and answer the chat question. And I post anywhere worldwide. If you win, you just need to send me a message through YouTube. It's a little bit painful, I know, but that way I can marry up everything a lot easier and not accidentally send it to someone who's pretending to be you to score the cool prize. Believe it or not, that is an issue. So, to get this beautiful skein, I've actually got 2 of these, so we'll put it under here because this one's just washing it out. Like, oh, I'm so pale. I've actually got 2 of these, so it's a semi-solid minty colour. To win one of these, tell me what name I should give to the other one, because they're unnamed. So what name should I call this merino silk blend, but not minties, because I already had one called minties. So yeah, something else that's not minties. So that can be, that's while you guys are having a think about that and popping that into chat. That would be really cool. Coffee o'clock. Seafoam. Okay. I can see that. I can totally see that. Lime sherbet. Leaf green. Lots of good names coming in. I have noticed you have a minor obsession with things called seafoam. I went to spearmint, but that might be too close, but I love spearmint. Pinwheel. Oh, hey Dominique, how are you going? Pinwheel is lovely to knit and wear. It really is, isn't it? It's one of my favorites. Hi Marion. Goodness me. I botched a treble. How do you botch a treble? But I botched a treble. There's seagrass, there's spearmint. I love spearmint. I always get the spearmint. If I've got to choose, you know, peppermint or spearmint, I always choose spearmint. Petal. Toothpaste. I quite like toothpaste. Elf ears. Dominic says, I'm too tired to knit, so I thought I'd watch you craft. I saw your post that you were up knitting at dumb o'clock in the morning. Call it Shirley because she really loves the colour. Wintergreen, I would call it I Wish I Were at the Beach. I like that one too. We have the shortest growing season in history. You already had a frost event. Had to cover up your... Oh no! Amora. What does Amora mean, Kim? Because I don't know. Like, yeah. There's some, gosh, you guys come up with the best names. Do you know, I should do a productivity stream when I'm trying to invent names of all the colours that I dye up. I've got so many colours. Like, you know, like, yeah, I just reach over. I came up with bright blue. Because I'm so clever at naming the colours. Oh, Amora the Enchantress. Okay. Gamora. Isn't Gamora's green? Oh, yeah. Hello, Chantel. I was thinking Nebula. Don't even worry about me. Yeah, it's crazy. My brain is heading. And I'll be honest, I've already got a Gamora in a sock yarn that I do, which is just that little bit darker, which is a repeatable. I thought you were supposed... I am a Marvel junkie, but my brain is my brain is tired, and I've been doing lots of stuff. I can't even crochet at the moment, Kim. That's how bad things are at the moment. My brain hurts so much that it's not allowing me to do something that I shouldn't even have to think about. Orion Slave for the green. Guido, he's green. Java. I think Java's the wrong kind of green. Isn't Java more like a khaki greeny color? Like a maybe not quite khaki. I have to have a look at a picture. More coffee. Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it, Dominique? Sweet pea. I like sweet pea. That's so cute. All right, let me have a squiz through and I will choose a winner. Who had wintergreen? I liked wintergreen. I think I'm going to go with wintergreen. Who had wintergreen? Someone tell me. Seagrass toothpaste. Seafoam. Tara. Tara, did you have wintergreen? Excellent. Tara, yes, it was you. Tara, you have won the pinwheel. La la la. I'm gonna write your name on it. Actually, I'm gonna write wintergreen on it. Is what I'm gonna do. Wintergreen. Why didn't limerick occur to me earlier? I don't know. I think it's because it's the wrong kind of green. Now I went to write limerick, you guys. Gosh, wintergreen. Wintergreen. Okay, so that's one for Tara. I better write you down, Tara. Da da da. Tara, wintergreen. Pinwheel. Seriously, you guys, aren't I just boring to watch? I'm just writing stuff down like blah. Before I forget though, I got another one. I'm just gonna name that wintergreen right now. Da da da. Da da da. That one actually had a name on it. I'm gonna have to look at it and check why that one had a name while the other one didn't. What did that one get called? I need to name this one, you guys. It's kind of, I don't know. It's another pinwheel. It's not for giving away. I just need a name for it. So if you guys having fun naming things, it's like a. It's terrible. I hate to say this, but it's making me think pumpkin spice. I don't want to do it. I don't want to name it pumpkin spice. Anyway, have a think about that. Oh dear. What am I doing with this pen? Nothing. Put it over there. Drink some coffee because your brain hurts. Oh dear. What have we got here? Goldenrod, butternut, marigold, butternut. So it's yeah. Squash. I love pumpkin spice. Eating pumpkin pie right now. Please don't. So over pumpkin spice, pumpkin pie, butternut. I like butternut. I think that's like a good. I like butternut so much that that's what it's going to be called. So when it goes up on the website, God knows when that's going to happen. Butternut pinwheel, beautiful silky merino. I love you. Oh, Snowy's losing her mind at something. I believe it's the air. Where are we? Dad says golden corn. Bam Kim, well done. Where are we? Like butterbeer. Yay, I named some pinwheel. Yes, you did. You totally did. Not pale ale, Kim. Pale ale is yucky. Ugh. Where am I up to with the stitching? Stitching, McStitchy pants. So that one's named. Now we've still got probably at about 11:15ish. We'll give away this Barton, which is way purpler than this camera is making it look. It's terrible. I'll have to see if I can find a better photo. Webcams in purple and blue just don't work really well together. Tell us what you really think, Nerdy Stitcher. Oh dear. All right. Okay, so what have we talked about? We have talked about how much I hate Australia Post. We have given away wintergreen, such a pretty colour. Non-repeatable, I believe. I can't remember how I dyed it, so that one's a non-repeatable. Now, Tara or anybody, FYI, I've got something on my neck. God, I hope it's not a spider. Oh, now that I've said spider, my brain is. Hang on. just in case. I really don't like spiders. I've lost my train of thought now because my brain went to spiders. So there, yeah, so what have we talked about? We've talked how I made a complete nightmare out of this project because I really did. And I'm loving this project. Seriously, it's coming out so nicely. Over on, if you guys don't follow me, go and check it out over on Instagram. Stop that, Andrea, or I'll block you. I'll go and put that, I'll pop a link up to the pattern. It's not free, but it's worth paying for. The mistakes that I've made are because of me. They're not because of the pattern. The pattern is fine. The wintergreen isn't repeatable. No, I don't believe it is. That was part of my lead up to Bendigo Nightmare Rush. I may one day go, oh, that was that same color again. But sometimes I'll just die. So if she wants the twin, she should get it now before it disappears. Totally, absolutely. So if it's, I don't think it's up on the website. So if you want the twin, then PM me a message somewhere and tell me that you want the wintergreen, and I will send you a PayPal invoice. Crochet is my, you know, when you're sick and stuff and you've got to, you know, and you want to craft, crochet is the one I do because it was my first craft. Like, I cross stitch and I felt and I weave badly, I might say, but I do weave. And I knit and I dye and I spin, but crochet was totally my first craft. I love to dye yarn. It's one of those things, every now and again I think of what I could do to make my business a bit more streamlined and time saving and things like that, because there is just me and I do fill the orders and I build the website and I upload. The list is long. And I think about what jobs I like to do versus what jobs I don't like to do, and what can I get rid of that is not really beneficial. And sort of, I have some friends who go through that list with me sometimes, and every now and again it comes up that the dyeing is probably one of my most time consuming and sort of hardware consuming things, and it's just like, nope, that's staying, because that's something I really enjoy doing. I did 3 rows of bobbin lace at the craft fair yesterday. Bobbin lace is something I haven't tried. I look at it and I just think, oh my god, that stuff is stunning, but I just haven't gotten around to trying it yet. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'll get there. There are things that I still haven't done that I'm going to try. Like, we're going to have our knit along coming up. I'm not entirely certain of the dates. It'll probably be a bit closer to Christmas. Or it'll either be around Christmas or just after Christmas now. We're going to be doing our brioche knit along, and I'll make up some kits for that, and we'll be doing that in 8-ply so that it comes along a bit faster. And we might do that after Christmas so that we can have nice chunky cowls or scarves in time for Bendigo. Excuse me. So everyone can come and show me their stuff when they come to Bendigo. That actually seems like a good plan. Can someone remind me that I said that later? Because it makes sense. The crochet along thing is still happening. I'm now beginning a dye plan to get some little kits ready for that one. I don't know, like I personally am really excited for it, which I'm not telling any of you about yet, but I'm perfectly, because that's my new word, perfectly excited for the plan that I have for the crochet along, and that will be super cute. I'm doing a decrease there, Chantel, so you need to do a decrease and focus on the decrease and get it done. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so the crochet along plan is happening. That will probably happen before the brioche, if I'm being truly honest. I think it's crochet's turn. We did 5 or 6 videos for the socks knit along that we were all working on, the rainbow socks, and I've got, if only you could see the mess, honestly. The rainbow socks kits are getting ready to be all bundled together, and I've just got to make up all the mini skeins and I think I've just got to glue some more blinglets and they're ready. So everything's ready to be, like, it's all dyed and everything's pretty well made. But I've got to glue blinglets because I've already wired those, because you saw me wire those. I did that a few weeks ago. But yeah, we're getting there. The list is shorter. So the rainbow kits are not far away at all. And I've already got a few pre-orders in. So if you really want a rainbow kit, jump over to www.fiberific.com.au and check out the pre-order for the rainbow kits. As I start rescanning and making everything beautiful, I'll get some more photos up of the current greys, because they are slightly different. Not much. I used the same recipes, but it was very humid the day I dyed those, and it did change things just a smidge. And so I'll get those photos up so that you can see exactly. The Gamer Widow was going to be Kitchenering, but she can't because she's dropped the needle and can't find it. Oh, found it. Okay. Well, back to Kitchenering. Or grafting. Grafting's probably the easier way to say it when you're having an ing on the end. Yeah, so we've got some exciting stuff coming up. Lots of things happening. I'm a little overwhelmed at all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes here at the moment. I'm working on some rebranding for Fiberific. I'm working on a website upgrade to just try and make it look less like an old style website, which it currently is just looking a bit dated. So I'm going to try and fix that. But yeah, I'm so excited. There's so much stuff going on, and I've got some great things happening on the business side of my business. Like I did VidCon down in Melbourne. When was that? That was at the beginning of September. But then today I bought tickets to Vid Summit, which is a huge sort of, not so much for fans, but more for the creators of YouTube and YouTube businesses. And I could only get virtual tickets for that because I'm not flying to the US, because I don't have time for that, or the money as well. But that's going to be really exciting, seeing some of the stuff that happens at Vid Summit, because that's crazy. It's just craziness right there. So there's that happening. And yeah, oops, I forgot to mute my screen. Hang on, mutage happening. Mute. Stop that. Oh no, I clicked things. Oh, I can't see anything. Where's the chat gone? There it is. It's all okay. It's okay. The upload stream is not great today. I'm sorry, guys. It's a bit meh. Can't do anything about that. But also, I really don't want to have another big talk. Andrew says, you have so much on your plate, you need an assistant. I volunteer. I totally need an assistant, Andrea. I totally need 5 assistants. But I'm such a control freak. That's going to be the big problem. I think I'd be avoiding the USA for the foreseeable future. Yes, I'm in total agreement in that respect. I mean, I'm pretty lucky. I'm not a person of color. It sounds terrible, but that's a huge issue over there. It's ridiculous how people are judged based on their appearance. It infuriates me. But unfortunately, it's fortunate for me, and I hate this line of thinking. I really do. But I'm very lucky that I am me, really, is what it boils down to, but I still don't want to go. I mean, I do, because I've got friends over there and I want to see them, but I don't, because I don't want to deal with all that. I have zero desire to give the TSA my social media info. Yeah. My social media is all pretty open. I don't really hide anything. If I don't want something known publicly, I don't stick it on any social media. It's that simple. We would love you in Wisconsin. Well, I would love to visit one day, but maybe not right now. I'm going to get off the topic of how much I'm just worried about the stuff happening in the US. Where are we up to? Just stay away from the coast. Yeah, but that's the problem. A lot of my friends are on the coast, so I can't win. But yeah, so I definitely need an assistant. But at the moment, I can't pay anybody, so I'm going to just wait it out until I can. But that'll come along. That'll happen. And you know, the business is growing, and I'll eventually be able to get someone to come in and help with little things like, you know, counting things and packing orders and all that sort of thing. So there's lots of stuff. I'm not sure. I think there's totally lag. Although I've just flashed up to green, so it might be back now. No, I think it's everybody. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of their politics. Saltier language, and then no, I like that. I'm up to making sure I'm curving corners. Not curving, decreasing at corners, not curving the corners. But yeah, so that's so much exciting stuff coming. I've got die plans now worked out for the next set of kits, for the rainbow sock kits. I've got a die plan worked out for the crochet along, which that's not 100% worked out because I still got to do a test of the pattern to work out weights to make sure I get enough to everybody. And then also I've roughed out the die plans for the brioche. More just that I think I'm going to give you guys some more personal options for that. So that it's birthday yarn. Birthday yarn is already sorted. I've just got to get the time on my feet to do it. What the heck is a rainbow sock kit? Okay, Nerdy Stitcher, over the last month or so, all my Tuesday tutorial videos have had me knitting on a sock. Doing the various stitches, and we were knitting all the way through, and it's called a rainbow sock by the designer because it's rainbow and grey. Now, I don't have a kit handy to show you because there is only one currently in existence. But basically it's 14 mini skeins. I don't even have a mini skein here to show you. It's 14 mini skeins of rainbow colours with a 50-gram skein of a semi-solid grey, and the greys come in like a really pale foggy grey, a medium overcast grey, and a dark stormy grey. And then you make these beautiful socks from Michaela Richter on Ravelry. So if you go to one of the, I'll pop an link in for later, but if you go to over to the where are you, Tara, you're in the Fiberific Fun Zone, so if you look in there, the links are in there. Also they're on the videos, and you can see all the things. It was Nerdy Stitcher who wanted to know that. Sorry, not Tara. Kim has one. So Tara says, it makes me so sad the image that's out there for the USA was so big, and only the loudmouths get media attention, and most of us, the normal down-to-earth people, the crazies, just are louder. That is always the truth. And, you know, staying away from the cities is not a bad idea, really. Look, every American that I have met, I've liked. That's what it's come down to. And I don't know if that's because of where I meet them or how I meet them, but every single American that I've met is nice. But I'm concerned at the political environment that is over there. I don't think it will affect me personally, but I still don't like what I see. And I don't like some of the rhetoric coming out. So I don't want to dwell on that. But anyway, I've got a huge list of places that I want to go and visit in the US. And while some of them are like New York and LA, because I do have friends in both those cities, the rest are normal places like North Carolina and like, yeah, normal, like they just sound like normal towns, really. So yeah, it's just, yeah, it's one of those things. Where are we at? We are at 11. We've made it to 11 o'clock, guys, but we're going to stick around for 30 minutes because otherwise Kim would come to my house and smash in the windows. So we can't have that. I like to be able to open and close the windows at will. Oh, okay, fence update. For those of you that have following along with the joke, that is my boundary wall fence. I've got this fence that's 40 meters long. That is Besser Bricks. It's about a 5-foot high Besser Brick fence. And it fell down because of the storms and stuff like that. It's very, very old. And when it fell down and broke open, we realized that instead of filling the cavities with like concrete and stuff, they filled it with wine bottles and beer bottles. So not only do we have smashed bits of rubble, we also have smashed glass. And getting the insurance companies to come and deal with it has been fun. But we have a date for removal and replacement. So, oh, thank goodness. But it's not going to be till the end of October. It took forever. Did you get your special parcel last week? What was my special parcel? I did get parcels last week. I just don't know what the special parcel was. Yeah. Allegra has so much broken glass. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it is totally ridiculous. I didn't want to think about it. It's just terrible. There's so much glass, and getting the fence, like the rest, because only part of it's fallen down. You got yarn last week during the chat. Yeah, I did get yarn last week during the chat. Totally. I got like 20 kilos of this. Or undyed anyway. Sunflower sock undyed. I don't know what it was, but you're really excited about something. Oh, I have an announcement to make next week, which is very exciting, and that could have had something to do with it. Well, at least I think it's exciting. You guys might not think it's exciting. Any news on my knees? Not yet. I've got a surgical consult coming up. 1st of November, I think it is. I have to double check. So I will let you guys know what happens after that. It's still sore. And like the other day when I was dying on that Thursday, no, it wasn't Thursday, Tuesday. When I was dying on Tuesday, I think I died for too long. I probably shouldn't have done the 1.5 kilos. I should have probably just stuck to the kilo. But yeah, it's not good. It got angry at me, and yeah. Stop teasing about I'm sorry, but it's exciting to me. And do you know how hard it is for me not to tell you? And the only reason I'm not telling you is because I want to do this particular thing and I have to wait until I can do that. But it's exciting. I think it's exciting. You guys may not. Kilo sounds like drugs. It's totally drugs. Yarn drugs. We have yarn drugs here. You have too many crime shows. Yeah. So I dyed 500 grams each of the 3 different greys for the rainbow socks. Sorry, I'll put that back under the camera. And then I've already got the 14 colours for the rainbow, and most of them are now balled up waiting to be turned into mini skeins. So it's so exciting. So many good things coming. Oh, that was the other thing. Hello. I still am not completely sold, purely time-wise, but I'm not completely sold about doing a yarn advent calendar this year. But I think that I'll plan for it and make sure I do one next year. So I'm very sorry to those that were very keen on the yarn advent calendar, but I think instead of doing that, I'll bring out another kit for the crochet along. So instead, I'm sorry, I did some tracking with some time and things like that, and just realized that the things that I had already promised versus new ideas that had come in, some of the timing was not working, so I couldn't do both. I'm a hooker that uses needles and has a stash. I'm bisexual. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Like if you just read through like comments that people make about their crafting, so much of it can totally be misconstrued if you are like just talking at a bus stop with another crafter. You know, how much is in your stash? You know, what do you have to hide your stash from your husband? You know, do you need to, you know, oh, I found that if I tuck it into a chair, or, you know, I stick it in a plastic baggie. Like, seriously, some of the stuff I get delivered that if ASIO checked through half of my orders, I get little Ziploc bags plus little tiny Ziploc bags, jeweler's scales which weigh little amounts. So much funny stuff. Anyway, I don't want to go into that. Where are we? The sock kit was my first ever kit. I loved it and can't wait for more. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Plus, when you start buying ice yarn, you start talking about getting ice. Did you get that light fingering you were hoping for? As in the sunflower base? Because the answer is yes. Is that what we're talking about? I'm not sure. You've got too much to do to worry about advent calendars this year. I think so. I need to do a couple of lines to take the edge off. See, that is just, I don't call them lines, I call them rows. So yeah, I need to, yeah. See, some of this is quite, like, I'm probably being checked by the algorithm that I may get blocked later. Sorry, example of a dodgy line that sounds different to a knitter or not. Yeah. Oops, back under the camera. But yeah, it's so fun, and I like playing with those. I actually took out my crochet when I was out with family, and my husband looked at me like, I need a couple of lines to take the edge off loudly. I like that. That's cool. That's cool. Like, if we're going somewhere and I haven't packed craft, my husband's like, are you bringing a project? Oh yeah, I hate it. I hate it when I'm going somewhere and other people's kids are a nightmare and they don't pull them in the line because you can't say anything because they're not your kids. And I just say to Abby, like, no, and just look at her like, nah. And she's like, righto, that's it. End of it. End of the story. But yeah, no, you can't. That's I'm not going to judge other people's parenting publicly. In my brain I do. Needles, baggies, lines, ice G's. Yes, exactly right. That's exactly right. Oh, it was your own kids that were unruly. That's even funnier. I totally would have kicked him in the pants. First heel and sock done. Yeah, good job, Gamer Widows. Fantastic. I've been looking at the photos. I'm sorry, I just read Nerdy Stitches thing. I talk in dulcet tones about Cashmerino. I don't blame you. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I've been looking at the photos as you guys have been finishing your socks or putting your progress shots up, and I am loving seeing how many of you are having a go at socks for the first time, or you know, trying something new. Like Andrea, you've barely knitted and you've cast on socks, and I just think that's fantastic. And I love it. I love reading about it. I love seeing the progress shots. It just, I don't know. You guys know how I felt about doing this thing in the first place. I thought, who's going to watch it? Who's going to buy kits? But seeing that you guys are all having a go at it is even like 11 million times better. Tammy says, gotta go. See you all tonight, hopefully. Yep. Oh, Tammy, I'm going to be late. Just to let you know. Tim booked something in and he's not going to be home till just a smidge late, so I'm not going to be able to leave straight away, but we're going to work on it. I've never bought any ice yarn. No, neither have I. I've actually never even touched it. Oh, I think my hair's messing. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's not do that again. Yeah, it's I've not either. I don't think I've even touched the ice yarn. I heard the shipping cost is outrageous. Look, you know, we're on the other side of the world. Our shipping costs are going to be outrageous. Oh, where are you, Nerdy Stitchy? You're not in Australia, are you? But yeah, like, to Australia, we're used to outrageous shipping costs. A, Australia Post rip us off at every opportunity, which is our local postal mob. And B, because we are so far away, like, it is just outrageous. It's just how much it costs. Like, for me to send 100 gram skein of yarn to the US is $18 untracked. And that's just how much it costs. I get stuff shipped from the UK that costs me like £3 to get shipped, which is about $12 Australian. And so when people are like, oh, you know, the shipping's going to be $20, it's so dear, I'm like, that's actually pretty standard. It's, you know, because of where we are and what we're already paying, it's just how much it is. Like if I wanted to ship a box with just there we go, a box of just a, you know, like a sock kit, right? It's got 150 grams of yarn. It's in a little box. It fits in the little smallest satchel. Normal standard parcel. It costs $8 to post that wherever, like in Australia. That's just how much it costs. So you kind of have to expect that that's just the cost of, for me, that's the cost of doing business. Whereas sometimes I have to think about that's the cost of me wanting a t-shirt from the US or something like that. So ice yarn is the same as shipping from the US. Once you factor in the shipping cost, it's on par with buying stuff from Spotlight. It's just that you can get more variety. Excuse me. Yeah, 2 crochet hooks and stitch markers cost you $8. That's right. It's not going to matter. Like, it's the minimum. If it doesn't fit in an envelope, or if you don't want it in an envelope for, you know, breakage reasons, it's a minimum of $8 in Australia. That's just how much it costs. And I just, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. And I have to pass it on. I can't absorb those costs. So there's reasons why we get groups of friends together for some US shop orders. Absolutely, it's the smart thing to do. Actually, I was going to ask you guys a question, and it's a little bizarre. It's a little out there, but I'm thinking about the possibility of setting up some sort of Fiberific merch store for like shirts and bags and things like that. But the problem is, it's going to have to be in the US because nowhere in Australia does it at a reasonable rate with decent qualities. Now, I know Redbubble exists, but I don't like their shirts. And or at least I don't like the shirts for bigger sizes. And that's how I judge something, is how they treat larger sizes. And so I'm looking at a couple of countries. So I think that I would probably set it up in the US, but I was thinking that for those in Australia, every now and again, not Cafe Press. I'm looking at, I have to, gosh, what's it? I think it's Teespring. It might be Teespring. Anyway, I have to double check, but there's 2 different companies I'm looking at the moment. And so I'm looking at the possibilities of using these companies to do some fun little quirky, like little calico bags and coffee cups and stuff like that. Would that be something that you guys would be interested in? And like for Australia, I'll probably do a big pre-order and order it all together and do it that way. Yeah, like little canvas tote bags, like, yeah, stuff like that. And like, you know, because I'm a coffee junkie, so, you know, like my morning starts with coffee. I would totally buy Fiberific t-shirts with v-necks. Yeah, me too. And bags. I buy crap on eBay, free or cheap shipping. Yeah, I do that too. Project bags. Yes, totally. All these little things that I'm thinking of. It's been on my mind, and it's something that I wanted to do, but it's one of those things I know I like to do it, and big coffee mug, and I'd be all over it. Yeah, it's got to be a big coffee mug. I know that I get into it, and like that's what I do, just like when I want to support businesses and things like that, and I don't necessarily like their merch or can afford like the product that they sell. If they sell a t-shirt or if they sell like a bag or a coffee cup, I am like in, because it's just something I can do, and I like those things. I like t-shirts and I like coffee cups and I like bags. So it drives me crazy. It's so hard, or it's so expensive to buy kitchen cotton online. Tell me about it. We can't get it in Australia for less than like $15 a ball. Gamer Widows may have a local option. Oh, thank you, Gamer Widows. Send me that for sure. Very interested to find if there is a local option as well. I'd probably do both, if I'm going to be honest, because I know it's very difficult to believe, you guys, but, oh yes, I'll do the prize draw in a second, but over half of my YouTube following is not in Australia. So, yeah, it's one of those things. So my question to get this one, with postage to wherever you are in the world, is if you could choose one thing to buy out of a Fiberific merch store, you know, the fabled Fiberific merch store, and what would it be? And then I'm going to write it down. So if you could choose like anything, so think about all the little stores and stuff that you go online to buy things through, and write the one thing that you would absolutely buy if I had it. Not saying that I'll get those and make you buy them, but you know what I mean. Nerdy Stitcher has written, I shouldn't complain about $1.50 on a ball of cotton in a brick and mortar. Look, no. Really, I'm not kidding. You know the bigger balls of Lion Brand cotton? They were selling at our local big box stores for $15 a ball, and that was 2 years ago. I need to write all these down. Where are we? So you want huge mugs, Allegra. You want the Steins. I love Steins. Key rings, V-neck, project, bag, tote bag. So I'm writing these down, you guys. Canvas, bag, lanyards, pens. I've actually got a thing coming with some pens and stuff very soon. So that's exciting. That's different. Oh yeah, like 400 mil. Yeah, for sure. That's nice. I got your message, Game of Widows. I can see it just popped up on my screen. I'll check it later. Gosh, you guys are coming up with some brilliant ideas. Thank you. Might be easier to copy than... Oh. Yes, you're right. As long as I remember to do it. I like the idea of travel mugs too. Like proper ones that seal. I hate travel mugs that spill. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Ooh. I got hair in my mouth. I don't know where that came from. Inside my coffee. Water bottles are good. I like water bottles as well. I'm just print screening some stuff. Hang on. Print screens. So that I don't have to worry about copying and pasting it at the end. Because I'd forget, because I'm dumb. I'm not dumb, but that's, you know. Alright, so I'm going to the winner of this lovely Barton yarn. It's all squishy. See, Nerdy Stitcher, I'd totally wear a hoodie, for sure. The winner, sorry, the winner is going to be Andrea with lanyards and pens. I never thought of a lanyard. I did think of pens, but I hadn't thought of lanyards. So Andrea's going to win this. I'll write your name on it, Andrea. Andrea gets Barton sock yarn. I'll dry that off. Oh, I need to go back to the bottom. So many good ideas. Tea towels. Can I name the blue yarn? Where's the blue? Which blue yarn? Which is the blue yarn? It's already got a name. Yeah, because like I was saying, this is not actually blue. This looks blue on the screen. It's because this camera, I've set the color up wrong. It's actually really purple. It's really purple. It's purple. Andrea says, thank you. Now I'll have to come tonight. Absolutely. It has a name. This one is called Barton. This is the old Barton recipe. There is now a Barton 2017 recipe that's even brighter. Wow. Andrea's got that one. Not Andrea. Andrea's got that particular one. Other people have got the 2017s. Blurple. She may never get it, but that's her fault for not coming. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And she won a prize, so she needs to win some things to come and get it. Oh, back to crocheting. So, make another purple and name it Hyacinth McCall. I had a, do you remember, I'm not sure if you were in on the live chat on Thursday when I was dyeing, and I was talking about how I had a beautiful purpley colour and the dye cracked, and it created this really gorgeous effect of like the blue and a purple together, and it was so nice, and it looked like, so I named it Hyacinth. So I've already used Hyacinth, so I would have to think of something else, because I try not to double up, because you know, if people put, especially people put it in their Ravelry stashes, you don't want someone going, well, I've got that too, but it's this color. I find that confusing. I never use fancy tea towels, they get ruined. Yeah, I like tea towels. I like the terry tea towels or the cotton tea towels. They're the only ones I use. So, you know, the cotton ones with the it's bouquet, not bucket. Oh dear. Possibly you could. Oh, do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I named the old. Oh, I'm gonna have to check now. Maybe the other one was hydrangea. Maybe it was. Or is that... No, that reference isn't too dated. Mum wants to meet you, but she has to take Grace to Taekwondo so I can come. Are you going Sunday? No, I'm not, because hopefully Sunday I will have plans that involve the surprise that I can't tell you about. Oh! I have Barton 14. Let me have a look here. This is Barton 14. So you have the same, Kim. You have the same as this one. So no, I'm not going Sunday. Just, yeah, with my knee being stupid, I've had to say no to a lot of things because I need to save that knee energy for little tasks that have to get done. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Now, also, exciting. Before Christmas, I will be having another open day with a big, well, Grace can't go tonight. I'm confused. No, I'm going to tell you Tuesday. You will find out Tuesday. So Tuesday is going to be a live stream. It'll be a mobile live stream because I won't be here. I'm going to be out and about, so I'm going to have to do it while I'm out. And so Tuesday live stream, surprise, be told then. Well, so when I get Andrea's, then I'll have two. That's correct, Kim. Totally correct. Have you tried any kind of lineament or something like Asper cream for your knee? I have to be careful. I can't use any anti-inflammatories because I'm allergic to them. And basically my ACL is not connected. So creams aren't really going to fix that. That's why surgery is going to happen. But icing works. So I just have to allow for the time to sit nice. So I do that. Grace can't go to Taekwondo, so Mum can meet you tonight. Oh, great. Then Grace is going to lose her crap at me because she's not going to get to come tonight, is she? No. It's going to be like the end of the world. Oh, my God. Why does Nana get to meet Chantel first? Oh, she was my friend first. I heard a bird. Yeah, you've probably heard a few. Yeah, sorry. I've just made Grace into Abby because that's what Abby would do. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. So tonight, Caffeinated Crafters, so excited to be going. I'm going to be a smidgy bit late. Because, believe it or not, when Tim and Abby went away skiing in the school holidays, he hurt his knee. So he's off to physio tonight to have that looked at because it's hurting. He's like, it's a bit sore. I'm not saying it's as sore as yours, but it's a bit sore. I'm like, it's okay for your knee to be sore, honey. It's totally okay. So So where are we at? We are nearly at going away. Grace will have to stay at home with her brother and sister, and that's definitely how she will react. You could lie. You could say you're going somewhere else with Nana. Or is it Nana or Grandma? I don't know. I don't know how you guys do it. You could totally say you're taking her somewhere else. Or you could just rub it in that you guys are coming to have coffee and cake or something with me at the coffee club. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Where are we? You're nicer than me. I would be all like, poor diddums. Oh, Abby's a bit annoyed actually, because she during school holidays I let her come to Caffeinated Crafters, and she sort of sits there and for a little while eats her food and then spends the rest of the night saying, can we go home? So then I don't let her come during school time because it's school time and she's in bed by 8 and I don't even leave there till 9. So can you show us the yarn behind you, the pink, the blue and the yellow? Oh, I've lost my crochet. Come back here. Oh, the hook's down. Hook down. There's a hook down. I got the hook back, everybody. It's okay. Okay, so these are all yarns that I photographed and I didn't like the photography, so I'm redoing them. So this is sunflower sock. It's probably not quite as hot. Well, it's definitely not that hot pink. It's more like a raspberry. It's kind of between the two colours. It's not that. It's not quite that. I didn't like how the photo came out. So that one's a sock yarn. And I call it Raspberry Beret because it looks like raspberry. Brian will be at the coffee club tonight. Bring it, Brian, for sure. This is that butternut in the sunflower sock that you guys helped me just name before. And then this is the sunflower in the pinwheel. Do you see how that's just instantly gone a bit blurry on that blue? That's why I am redoing the photographs, because that's exactly what happened in the photography. So it's a really gorgeous bright blue in the pinwheel and I love it a lot. I call it Tiff. This colorway is called Tiff. It makes me think of the Tiffany blue boxes. But that's those colours that were sort of sitting behind me. They're just there because I'm re-photographing those ones. And all the ones in there have got to get photographed yet. These have been done. I've actually, there's a lot of this silk that needs doing. So, does that have a name? That one doesn't have a name yet. That's like a silvery, purpley colour. But, yeah, lots of yarn to be photographed and all that sort of stuff. So many jobs to do. So many things. So today, after I hang up from you guys, I have got some phone calls to make. I've got to pack some orders. And then I'm going to sit down and crochet some more and maybe watch an episode of Defenders. That's my plan. Blue bonnet for the blue one. The ones I didn't take last fortnight. That's right, Kim. It's because of you I now have to photograph the rest of the yarn because you didn't buy the lot. No, I'm fine. I'm teasing you. Yeah, no, but I also found more. I had another bag at home, so some of these you may not have seen. Ha ha ha. I'm not at all vindictive or mean. So yeah, that's my plan. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Second heel done. The pair of socks are done. Good job, Gamer Widows. I'd love photos up on Insta or something so that I can see them and write nice comments because I like writing nice comments. Anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to head off. I will see those of you that I'm going to see tonight at Caffeinated Crafters. That's the Browns Plains Coffee Club at in the Village Square. It's not in the shopping centre. It's in the set of shops across the road. So yeah, I've got a graphic with the full proper address up on Twitter. It's up on it's in my feed in Instagram. It's Instagram. That's what I'm doing it. And it's also in Fiberific Fun Zone, so you'll be able to have the details from there. I will see those of you that I'm going to see tonight. If there's anything you want me to bring, PM me so I know. Otherwise, I'm just bringing me and probably this to keep working on. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.